People's Democratic Party in Imo State has condemned Governor Hope Uzodinma's silence following the July 24 killings in Ideato North local government area and calling it a display of gross negligence. PDP spokesperson Lancelot Obiako criticized the governor for failing to issue a statement or visit the affected communities, saying such inaction shows disregard for citizens' welfare. The party recounted multiple recent attacks across Imo, including killings in Okigwe, kidnapping in Ngopala, and violence in Oguta, Owerri West, and other communities, blaming the government's inaction for worsening insecurity. Obiako lamented that Uzodinma appears indifferent to the suffering of residents, choosing instead to focus on Abuja politics. Calling on the governor to act swiftly, PDP urged the Imo State government to work with security agencies to apprehend the attackers and prevent future tragedies. The party demanded responsible governance and proactive leadership to restore peace and hope in the state. What do you make of this story, Eba?
It is the same thing we are saying. You know, the beauty of democracy is when you have an opposition that will speak out and also condemn what they think is not right in their own right. But I want to say that insecurity is not peculiar to Imo State. By the grace of God, insecurity has been something that we have been dealing with in this country, and even in the developed countries. But in this Imo State, we should be aware that before Uzodinma, there have been insecurity issues in Imo State. And for him not to speak according to them, based on the crisis and killing that erupted in that very community, doesn't mean that he's not concerned. Yes, I must tell you, doesn't mean that he's not concerned, but their call is also a wake-up call for the governor to also, you know, step up and also do the needful. But what I'm saying is that this insecurity of a thing is not peculiar to Edo State. Yeah. And why the state governors have security votes is to ensure that security personnel are mobilized to ensure that these areas that are facing these issues has been, you know, handled drastically. So PDP should not say that because he hasn't made a statement, because he hasn't visited. Recall that there was a time in Benue State that they also accused Mr. President for not visiting Benue State or making statements, and he did. But what I'm saying is that yes, security is a general issue, and the governor should ensure that there is peace in that state. But right, PDP should not politicize it. All right,
very well. I will correct one or two things you said. First, you said that insecurity was in Imo State prior to the emergence of Hope Uzodinma as governor.
Yes.
Well, I stand to be corrected. The cry in Imo State when Rochas Okorocha was the governor, because Hope Uzodinma took over from Rochas Okorocha, was poor structures that were set up by Rochas Okorocha. Dilapidated roads. I think he built one, I don't know what to call that, whether I'll call it a bridge or a secret passageway or a tunnel. I think it's a tunnel. He built one tunnel that, you know, in Igbo they call it Abe Eperechi. You just be driving on that road and you're praying to God to help you survive that tunnel so that it doesn't collapse on you. Like you could tell, you could see the infrastructural defect. I think that tunnel has been blocked now. I think it was blocked. It's no longer being used. The major concern around Rochas Okorocha was misgovernance, was abuse of office, was around lack of governance, especially infrastructural deficits and decay, not insecurity. What was going on during the time of Rochas Okorocha was sit at home by IPOB. However, Uzodinma came in, and then that was when, during Uzodinma's tenure, that Ebubago, Umoma, Then we now have the other group they call ESN. Then we now have unknown gunmen. Then we have IPOB. That was when insecurity started.
Under Uzodinma.
I am saying this on national television.
Under Uzodinma.
Yes, you heard me. Hold on. I'm saying this on national television. I've witnessed deaths. I've escaped kidnapping on Owerri Road. I have witnessed a lot. And I have also had people I am close to and my relatives witness as well. So I think to a large extent, the fact that PDP is calling out that these killings are happening and the governor is in Abuja, the governor is not speaking, the governor is not reacting, you can't say this is politicization. This is about human lives, and every human life should matter. At what point did we drop humanity? That, I mean, we see people dying and we capture them on video, their final moments. We see human beings be slaughtered and we capture them on video. And you're here defending that politicians, even that of Benue, that was what happened in Benue State. Politicians, we are calling on the Benue. What happens to empathy from a leader?
Laurentia.
How many deaths do Imo State people need to count before Uzodinma will sit up and do the right thing? Do you know how much in billions of naira that is being given to Uzodinma and every other state governor that has insecurity in their states as security votes, monies that are unaccounted for? So what exactly are these governors using the security vote for? Educate me, probably I know nothing.
Laurentia, you know, by virtue of your position as a journalist, you've just admitted, probably from your findings, that there have been insecurity before Uzodinma became governor. Yes, you said it here, that the only thing that Imo State was witnessing is insurgents and sit at home.
I did not say insurgents. What I said, no, don't say that.
The ESI,
what I said,
the ESI,
ESN, not ESN.
Yeah,
what
ESN.
I said, listen, what I said was that under Rocha Sokorocha, what Imo State witnessed was sit at home and infrastructural deficits, misgovernance and abuse of power. No, I said that. Then, however, when Uzodinma took over, Ebubagu came up. Umuoma started. OPOB was already existing prior to even Rocha Sokorocha.
Okay, I want to ask a question.
What I am saying to a large extent, hold on please, because this is, for me, it has to do with human lives.
Correct.
People that voted a governor into power, or however he entered power, he's there. And he is sitting on the mandate of the people. And he is the chief custodian of the lives and properties of the people of Imo State. He's receiving extra funds in allocation of security votes to ensure the security of lives and property. And he's in Abuja. And you're here seated telling me that PDP calling a governor to show empathy to his people is politicking.
Laurentia.
Make it make sense to me, please.
Laurentia. The same thing PDP are doing is what you seem to be doing now. Let me tell you, which people are responsible for the insecurity in the southeast? Who are those people that on their own, not as a government, on their own ensure that there is sit at home in the southeast? Is it government? The sit at home that is in the southeast, is it a proclamation of the government or a group that has made themselves government on their own? And you are supporting it. See, Laurentia, in as much as I'm not speaking for the government, I'm coming.
No, wait.
I'm not speaking for the government. But we, the people,
I think it is
responsible.
There are innuendos and insinuations I will not let you do.
Okay.
On this show. or anywhere to my name.
Okay.
Don't say I am supporting sit at home.
Okay.
At no point did I say that on this show.
Okay.
I made a clear demarcation between the Rochas Okorocha administration and Uzodinma administration.
Okay.
And I am pointing out that under Uzodinma administration, Imo State is rife with insecurity. It is not a situation that can be swept under the carpet, and it's getting worse by the day. I do not recall ever speaking and saying that, oh, I support IPOB or I do not. So please,
okay,
take that back. That is number one. What I am asking here is they call for Governor Hope Uzodinma to show empathy to the people, his people, being killed by kidnappers, unknown gunmen, Ebubago Umwoma crisis, ESN and all of that. Now you say, who are the people killing? Is it not IPOB and all of that? What stops him? He has the security architecture of the state. He receives intelligence day to day. He's the commander, as far as I'm concerned, he's the chief security officer of Imo State. What stops him from combating that crime? Laurentia, is he not receiving security votes to that effect?
Laurentia, first, I want to, take back that statement.
Thank you very much.
By saying that you are doing exactly what the PDP
No, that
is
I
doing.
am supporting IPOB.
Okay.
Thank you for taking that
yes,
back.
but what I'm saying is that the people first should, detest that idea. They should disassociate themselves from that idea. Sit at home. Because it seems that people are comfortable with that. It seems that people are, in romance with the group.
Do you reside in Southeast?
I'm a regular visitor of...
You don't reside in Southeast.
But what I'm saying...
In River State, when the kidnapping was rife in River State, you were in River State then, were you? Were you in River State at that time?
I've been in River State.
Did you enjoy it? Or were you now more careful with your movement? In River State, that you will stand at a junction or any bus stop and suddenly, because of court clash, stray bullets will start hitting people. Did you enjoy it? Were you careful at that time? To a large extent, I think if you do not exactly wear the shoes, there is a limit to how you
see, it is a public knowledge.
In this,
what is happening in Imo State is a public knowledge.
And how come, if it's a public knowledge, I assume you now know all these things that have happened. How come you're now saying that the incident killing of Imo State people and the governor's refusal to show empathy?
That is where I'm coming from.
Politics.
How do you know that the governor has refused or is not showing empathy on the killings?
Last time I checked, I am a journalist. Last time I checked, I follow up news across all the states. Last time I checked, I have my sources as well. Last time I checked, I have relatives in Imo State. Last time I checked, probably I know more about Imo State than even River State as it were. So, I am saying on national television, Governor Hope Uzodinma has not shown empathy to the incident killings. And they even mentioned the killings, the kidnappings that happened in different communities across board. And the governor has not. Okay, let's say the governor is too big and too busy to visit. Probably send them miseries. Probably do a speech. Probably show some level of concern.
I want to ask you,
if he cannot do anything with the security vote, then can't he use that security vote for press?
I want to ask you a question.
To show some level of, and you also referred to Benue State and said that you said Benue State that they had to call out the governor of Benue State before he came out to even do a press release. Do we have to call out? Do we have to remind?
I did not say that. I said that was what they were saying. Also saying about the president that he did not visit Benue State.
Do we have to make our leaders? Do we have to force them to be human?
Laurentia, thank God that you've said here that you are more on ground in Imo State. Let us be very sincere. because this is an issue that has to do with you and I. Government is not a brick.
All right.
Government should be a thing that has to do with collaboration with the people. Laurentia, can you, in all sincerity and honesty, tell us what is the problem in Imo State? The insecurity is caused by what? Is it some of it? Is it land disputes? Is it communal crisis? Or as a result of insurgency? And let me tell you, yes, blames can be shared, but not to only Uzodinma. That's my concern. That's my concern. He is the chief executive officer of the state, but we the people should first of all not romance with these people that are causing pain on the people. I'm telling you, the security personnel cannot be everywhere at the same time. That's my point. As a people living in communities, we should ensure that these persons, because they are living with us, they are in our midst. We should first of all disassociate ourselves from this group of people that are causing problem to us. Because when they come, they don't know if you have sympathy for them or not. They kill whoever they want to kill. That's what I'm saying.
Are the people armed?
You can give information to government.
Are the people armed?
You can give information to government.
I just asked a question. Are the people armed?
The people cannot be armed, but you can give information to government.
That answers the first question. What if government is complicit?
I don't understand.
Wow. Second question. And in a situation where there is no government to give report to?
You can't say there's no government in Imo
Well,
State.
last time I checked, Governor Hope is in Abuja. And the state is
He
in
resides in
crisis.
Abuja?
And the state is
Wait,
in
you
crisis.
say he resides in Abuja?
The third question.
Or doesn't he even have right to visit Abuja? What are you saying? Let me know now.
The fourth question, probably when issues like this happen, it is best to like say, okay, I don't know much about this, than saying certain things that when the people who are on the receiving end of this hear, it's only caused deeper than the hurt that they are feeling already. That's the much I will say on this. No, however, you now said again that this thing boils down to you and I. Probably we should start doing the right thing by starting with the people who have been empowered to protect the people. By starting with the people who have been funded to protect the people. By starting with the people who has been constitutionally backed, who have the constitutional backing to protect the people. Because the people in this instance are not armed. The people in this instance cannot fight back. And if the people in this instance should fight back and they are arrested, they will be charged for murder.
Now, emotion cannot make us to have.
This is not about emotion. This is about defending. This is about saying that human lives when a governor is being called out to show sympathy, to show empathy, and to do the right thing, it is being tagged politics. I was referring to the listening to me, Laurentia. I don't think so.
I don't know if you're a member of PDP or APC. I am only referring to you as a journalist that I thought was supposed to know more and to pass the information accordingly. Laurentia, what I'm simply saying is that the people has a major role to play in this.
All right.
Because it is we, like you said, at the most hit. It's not the government. So
now, as I round up this program, because we're already out of time, in River State, when kidnapping was rife, the court clashes were rife, what role did the people play? Last time I checked, it was Governor Rotimi Amechi, when he was brought into power, that entered into the creeks. He was the man that entered into the creeks and made sure that peace and security returned to River State. Even though the situation there from River State are quite different and peculiar, the fact boils down to the fact that someone who has been empowered by constitution and funds and security institutions have the mandate. So laying the blame on the people who are on the receiving end and calling.
Let me tell you why you think. Let me tell you why
we are out of time.
No, let me tell you why you may say that Amechi, you know.
We are actually
no. Let me tell you, Amechi worked with the traditional rulers. The people followed, were grouped, and they joined the security personnel to the creek, to the bush, to fish at these people.
We are out of
it wasn't Amechi that went to the bush.
But we are out of
so you won't expect Uzodinma to go to the bush. It is the people.
It is very important that you mentioned that he worked with traditional rulers.
Yes, so that's what I expect that you should say.
Governor Rotimi Amechi entered the creek and had conversations. I said on national television, and that's the truth, and that's what it is.
Laurentia.
And thank you so much for coming
on the
conversation.